Hey there folks, this is GreenYXI, welcoming you right back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. This is episode 12. What we're going to do today is head into Kalm and do the part that everyone dreads. Check out the video template that I've got going on. I had this made for me as well, by the same person who made the other one. And it's got a little arm in the corner, which I thought might be distracting, which is the whole reason why I didn't use it for the whole series, even though I actually liked the look of it. But, you know, I wasn't sure if it was too much, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, before we head into the inn, like they've said, we're going to have a look around Kalm. We're going to have a bit of exploration, because it's the only time we'll be coming here. It's only a small town, nothing much going on, but there are a couple of items to find. Look out for cupboards like that. Hello. Thanks to Mako Energy, life's pretty darn convenient, thanks to Shinra. We'll just say yeah to try and blend in. We don't want to cause any trouble. It is true, how would you get by without Mako Energy or, you know, electricity? It might be really bad for the planet and everything, but by this point we sort of rely on it. I don't know if there's anything else here. It's funny because this town is so close to Midgar. Shouldn't they see how bad Mako Energy is for the place just by looking at the city? I don't know. I don't know. There's one thing you want to keep an eye out for in this town that you can find for free and everything. And you sort of want to get it. It doesn't really matter, but you sort of should get it. Why not? Yep. I used to live there too, but I hear they got lots of troubles lately. They do indeed. Ooh, dog! It's like that time in Resident Evil 4 when you go into the toilet and a big monster comes out. Monster, zombie, Gyarados thing. Yeah. Like I said, we won't be coming back to this town, so it's worth having a little look around. What do you think of the music out on the world map, by the way? I find it really encompasses the sort of the feeling of going on this big journey, just starting out kind of thing. Suspicious looking man in a black cloak. He was carrying a wicked looking sword. Oh, don't know who that is. By this point you wouldn't know, but as you go through the game, you'll definitely recognise the sort of thing he's talking about. There's a chest, what's this? Okay, that's the Peacemaker. It's a weapon, but not for anyone that we've got right now. We've still got another 3 characters to get in the entire game. 2 of which are completely optional, 1 of which you have to get. I wonder if there's a way to... No, you'd have to get him. Never mind. I was thinking of like Quinner from FF9 then. Maybe you don't have to get him yet, me. He's so embarrassing like a puke. When I grow up, I'm going to be a soldier. That's why I'm training hard now. Well, okay. It's a good... actually, I don't know. I would never think that the army is a good idea. Guard source. These sorts of sources permanently increase your stats. I'm sure we've seen one of them before. Raises vitality. Go on then, chuck it on Cloud. It doesn't really matter. At this point, 1 or 2 more of these sort of sources given to any character won't make much of a difference. Not really. Especially endgame then, there'll be even less of a difference, so... You know. Let's have a look up here. This is where the shops are. I don't know if this one... Yeah, here it is. And there's some good materia here. Item store first. Let's have a look what he's got. Ooh. I'll get 2 tents. They're expensive though for this point. That's the only issue with them. But they can fully restore HP and everything, so they should be a bit expensive, I think. Your turn, materia store. This is where I want us to come to. Okay, steel. If you didn't get that, you definitely want to get it now. Sense of shit. 1000 gil, what the hell. Heal. This is a good one. It's sort of like Asuna in other Final Fantasies, but it doesn't start off that good. Earth will get as well. Let's see what we can do here, actually. Oh, we've only got Cloud, haven't we? Heal, Poisana. Right now it just removes poison. Then you get Asuna, which removes any status ailment. And then Resist, which stops you from being hit by all the sort of stuff. Okay, we're not going to give it to him. All the status ailments. But we have to use it in battle. It's not an automatic thing. For Saber, we got a better one that we stole in Midgar. It's good if we didn't get that. Cannonball. It might be worth getting that because there's a boss coming up which is long range, but no. Little Claw, we'll get that. Stuff. we'll get a mythical armlet for Barrett. Don't worry about equipping the other characters. You can always remove equipment, give equipment to different characters kind of thing, if you have to use certain ones. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show off in this town. Let's actually progress the plot and everything. There might be one or two little items around the place if you want to explore the houses we haven't been in. I can't be bothered though. I want to get this bit out of the way. Ooh. Hello you. Can I talk to you? Mr. Cloud? I'm afraid my name is Mrs. Cloud. You sexist pig. Let's go. I'm gonna be making fun of that all the way through. I hope you don't mind. Cloud, you're late. Yo man, you're late. So yeah, this is gonna be 2 episodes long. There's gonna be a checkpoint in the middle of the story. That's where we're gonna break up the episode. We could have done one long episode, I suppose, and got it out of the way in one, but that's too much to sit through, it really is. I'm gonna try and be positive about this part. Ugh. I don't mind this part as much as some people seem to, but I can definitely see why people would. Anyways, it's going to show off Cloud's backstory. And not only Cloud's, but Tifa's. They were childhood friends. They're going to both pop up in the story, but they're the only ones. Sephiroth is going to pop up as well. We're finally going to meet the big guy who killed so many people in Shinra HQ. He's obviously not quite right in the head. Sephiroth is older than me, and he hardly ever talked about himself. He wouldn't be a very good Let's Player then. So I guess you call him a war buddy. We trusted each other until one day. One day. After the war, it was soldiers' duty to put down any resistance against the Shinra. That was 5 years ago. I was 16. I was 21 now on. Maybe 22? You never know. It sure is raining hard. Okay, you're Sephiroth. The guy in a black cloak and a long sword. That was who that man was mentioning in Kalm. How are you doing? He's gonna spew. That's what he's gonna do. I wouldn't know. I've never had motion sickness. Why do people always put their head down? Doesn't that make you more likely to spew? Because, like, gravity and all that shite. Everything okay? On our way to another town that we haven't been to yet. Called Nibelheim. Nibelheim? I go for Nibelheim, pronouncing it like the German way with E before I. Settle down. They give me some new materia. I can't wait to use it. Such a little kid. Yeah, exactly, Sephiroth. I agree with you. You're going to brief us about this mission? FF8 style? This isn't a typical mission. Good. Why'd you say that? But yeah, this is going to be a long story, so settle back, get the popcorn. I joined soldiers so I could be like you. But by the time I made first class, the war was already over. My big hopes of becoming a hero like you ended with the war. I wonder if they should have made like a skip option at the start of the story. Or at least done it in the Steam version. I don't think they did. A skip option would have been amazing. But no. Nope. For people who are going through the game at like a second time. When you're playing through the first time, this story is pretty interesting. It gives you a couple of new characters, a bit more backstory to the main character, which you need because he hasn't had much yet. You know, it's pretty interesting the first time through, I thought, anyway. But once you play through it a couple of times, it gets blur. Drawn out. That's all. That's all. The macro reactor at Nibelheim. That's where I'm from. I'm Tifa. Hometown. Sir, something strange just crashed into our truck. That would be our monster. Okay, it's a good way to introduce the major villain of the game. If you've ever played video games, you know he's the major villain. It's not a spoiler by this point. You actually have him in a fight. Look at his health and everything. Look at ours. Cloud can die very easily. Sephiroth is automatically used. You can actually check out his equipment really soon. We will do that. Ah, Cloud, you turd. Dead. This is actually Sephiroth's theme. Very dark, very depressing. And so it should be. I think it's his theme anyway. It always plays when he's on anyway. Sephiroth's strength is unreal. He's far stronger in reality than any story you might have heard about him. Where do you come in? I just did! I was there! I was fighting the dragon. I helped a hell of a lot. I was the bait. And then we reached Nibelheim. Yeah, this is a nice town actually, I really like it. It's a more sort of stereotypical town from Final Fantasy. If you saw all the towns in Final Fantasies 1 to 6 in 3D, this is probably something like what they would look like, I imagine. It's your first time back to your hometown in a long time, right? It is indeed. So how does it feel? I wouldn't know because I don't have a hometown. Ooh, mysterious. My mother is Genova. Genova, we saw her without a head. She died right after she gave birth to me. My father? He finds that funny. What? Oh, really funny. Please, don't stop. Don't stop me laughing. What's the matter? Alright, let's go. Okay. He looks really old with his grey hair. It's just Japanese. It's how they do things. How are you doing now? So boring being on watch. Just sit tight. It's your job, right? Even rhymed. I'll come and talk to you once in a while. Just stick with it. Yeah, exactly. How about you? You keep wandering around here and you'll get in trouble. That's true. Let's go. The macro smells pretty bad here. I'm going to try and make this as speedy as possible, but there is one thing I want to show off before we finish up the story. What? Isn't that, they haven't actually vanished, it's just supposed to be like Cloud talking to Barrett on the outside, but showing it on the inside of the story, kind of thing, isn't it? It's hard to explain, but they seem to do it really well in films and stuff. I remember Genova. That's that damn headless spook living in the Shinra building. Exactly, the one with one nipple. Barrett, would you please let us hear what Cloud has to say? You can ask questions later. She looked like a monster inside that... well, that jar. Essentially a jar. Okay, Cloud, continue. Or tube. However you want to look at it. I was really surprised with Tifa. Yep, Cloud has returned after realising his dream of entering Soldier and all that sort of stuff. Everyone must be staying in their houses, afraid to come out because of the monsters. Maybe they're afraid of us. I wonder. We leave for the reactor at dawn. Make sure you get to sleep early. I know that if there was like an army strolling around outside my house and everything, I would stay in the house. It's not that they're doing anything bad, obviously they're not, but it's a bit intimidating, I think, when they got all the guns out and whatever. If they're even allowed to have guns at that point. I don't know. Oh, that's right. You may visit your family and friends. I think we should. Oh, now that Sephiroth's gone. I heard Sephiroth was coming and got my camera ready. I want to shot Sephiroth in a picture. Take my picture. Nobody's? You could at least spell properly, you little twat. Anyway. This is our house? I wanted to go next door first, but never mind. This is my house. It has nothing to do with that incident 5 years ago. Oh, okay. We were told to, though. Yo, wait, I want to hear. Me too, it's been a long time, right? Tell us more. Alright. I don't know if you could call it a family. My father died when I was still very young. That's why my mom was living alone in this house. We saw her before, actually, didn't we, when there's a bit of backstory in the reactor. She was a vibrant woman, hadn't changed at all. But a few days later, she died. When I saw her, she looked fine. She died a few years later. Hello, I can't remember your name. Yes? Even Aeris's mother is given a name, showing that Aeris's mother, or foster mother, is actually more important than Cloud's. I don't know if that's true. Let me take a look at you. Yeah, it's the first time we've been back in ages. She's going to be hyper. Oh god. I want to show off these optional little bits. I don't know if we'll have to or not. But why not? We need to try and make it as interesting as possible, don't we? So is this a soldier uniform? Is it? It doesn't look like those blue ones. Even without the helmet. How you've grown. I bet the girls never leave you alone. This is the scene that we saw earlier as well. I never noticed before. Should have done. Worried about you. There are a lot of temptations in the city. I'd feel a lot better if you just settled down and had a nice girlfriend. I'm alright. You should have an old girlfriend, one that'll take care of you. I think that would be the perfect type for you. I'm not interested. He's really not, is he? You eating right? I'm alright, the company takes care of me. The company. I think that's the only time I've ever heard it being called that. It's Shinra, innit? Maybe back then, because it was 5 years ago now, maybe they wasn't this big Shinra that we know now. Maybe they were just this up-and-coming company. I don't know. Isn't that right, Cloud? Ooh, I'll always be your mother. Ah. Let's stop this. Bad memories, considering she's dead now. Okay, next door. This is the one I wanted to show you. This is Tifa's house. Yep, we did indeed. And upstairs is something we really need to take note of. So let's go. You'll get something good later on in the game, that's all. No items to collect though, here. Because you won't be able to take them out of your memory, would you? Yep, I went into your room, Tifa. Right, the piano is where you really want to check out. I think, yeah. Yep. Never mind. There's something over here though, I'm pretty sure, around here somewhere. Yeah, just a little then. Should we try that instead? Right. This is what you want to take note of. Write it down exactly like this. I'll be showing it later in the series anyway though. Forget. Is the world map theme. The other thing, up in the wardrobe is where you want to go next. Received orthopedic underwear. It's true! I did go through all your underwear. Talking about something really important here. Ah, jeez. I don't think you keep that when you leave the memory. Don't think you keep the underwear. Anyway, let's get going. Let's actually do what we're meant to be doing. There's no point exploring anything else. We'll be coming here later anyway. Hello. It's quite sad music here. For good reason. Cloud? Is it you, Cloud? It must have been 2 years. So you've really moved up in the world. Yeah. Nothing back here? I was thinking of something else. Okay. Upstairs. We've met our family and friends. Sort of. We met our mother. What are you looking at? This scenery, I feel like I know this place. Can we talk to you again? We have an early start tomorrow. You should get some sleep soon. Yeah, let's get some sleep. There's nothing else to do in this town. You can talk to a couple of people if you want to. They'll all say stuff like, Sephiroth is great. We love Sephiroth. And you're doing really well, Cloud. You're under Sephiroth. But there's nothing much. If there are any battles here, I will be cutting them. Just to get through the episode, the story part, a bit quicker. Mansion Bay is important later on. No, actually, soon. Once the guide gets here, we're heading out. Who is the guide? Listen to me, Sephiroth, in case something happens. Just me. Here's Tifa, with her cowboy hat. I sort of like the western look she's got. I wonder if I would have preferred her looking like that during the main game. Or if it would have been interesting if you could make her look like that during the main game with alternate costumes or something. I just happen to be the #1 guide in this town. It's only a small town. It's too dangerous. I can't involve you in something like this. Then it's no problem if you protect her. Sephiroth, we can't even take a single hit off the dragon. How are we going to protect Tifa? Please let me take one picture from Memento. Important photo coming up. This whole episode and the next one will be important. A lot of it is worth sitting through at least once to get your mind around everything, kind of thing. Okay, here we go. Take the photo, please. Cheese. Can we see it? Can we see it? I'll give each of you a copy once I get it developed. Okay. It's not an instant camera. Or digital camera. Okay, just want to be quiet for that little bit of cinematic. We are going along Mount Nibble. We'll be coming back here later as well. There was a little rumour, there's plenty of rumours about this game, where you could keep Sephiroth in your party for the rest of the game if at this bridge you sort of left the screen and come back in a couple of times. But no, you can't. I'm sure he's on level 50, he seems so powerful. Masamune, can't get that weapon that I know of. Gold armor, you can get them really far into the game. Excuse me. Tactian Spirit plus 50, amazing, but I'm not sure if you can get it. Why is called, hold on, why is called a tough ring, spelled like that, I don't know. Let's try materia. Revive, this is a lot of stuff we'll be getting as we go through. Restore, mastered, earth we just bought, fire, lightning and ice. Some really good stuff. And Cloud, you got some new materia to play around with. Preemptive, increases rate of preemptive attacks. He's got shit, in other words. Let's get going. Cloud is meant to be way overpowered, and we're only level 1, which makes sense now. When you start the game, you're level 5, or is it 6? Whichever. Because he's already had little adventures going along before you actually start the game, so it makes sense that he's a bit of a high level before you start. I really like those sort of interactive cinematics where the characters stay as sprites. They stand out a bit, but it's really nice. I don't think you can have battles during this whole story, except for the ones that are meant to be there, kind of thing. Like the dragon we saw earlier. Hello, Sephiroth. Everyone seems to be alright. Can we get back to where we were? If you can't have battles, then I'm going to cut them out because we'll be coming back here later and we'll see the enemies then. You know. There seems to be one person missing. Yeah, one of the soldiers. We've got no time to search for him. We can't go back now, so we must go on. We'll travel together from here. Well, okay. You can't actually have Tifa in a fight. She ain't a fighter yet. She doesn't have motive to be a fighter yet. No. Yeah, we made it to the cave. That was hard. What's this? A mysteriously coloured cave with a weird tree in the middle. Must be the macro energy. This mountain is especially abundant in it. That's why the macro reactor was built here. Right, let's go. There's no point sticking around. There's plenty of little optional caves that you can walk through there as well, but there's no reward for it. We made it to where we need to get to now, on Mount Nibble. I think this is as much as we see of Mount Nibble right now. There's still more in the story, but right now. That just shows how long the story's going to be done. And what's this? A Mako fountain. It's a miracle of nature. The only Mako fountain we ever see. It's so beautiful. But you only need to see one to get a point of them. If the Mako reactor continues to suck up the energy, this fountain will dry up too. Yep. What's your point? She's even a bit green at this point. Ooh, pretty. When you condense Mako energy, materia is produced. That's materia. It's very rare to be able to see materia in its natural state. I don't know, it's only up on the mountain. Anyone could get here, couldn't they? By the way, why is it that when you use materia, you can also use magic too? You and Soldier didn't even know that? Yeah, Cloud, you dipshit. The knowledge and wisdom of the ancients is held in the materia. Anyone with this knowledge can freely use the powers of the land and the planet. That knowledge interacts between ourselves and the planet, calling it magic, or so they say. Magic, a mysterious power. Yeah, yeah. What's she doing? Why's she bending over? Why is she bending over? You can see her arse cheeks and everything, look at her. I still remember how angry he was. Who was that? Hojo Shinrink, an inexperienced man assigned to take over the work of a great scientist. He was a walking mass of complexes. He's a bit of a nutter, that's what he's trying to say. Mako Fountain, so this is where the knowledge of the ancients is. I guess it makes sense she didn't have underwear on, I mean we did steal. She only had one pair, you know. Okay, we're going to the actual reactor now. Just like there were reactors in every sector of Midgar, there's also reactors outside of Midgar as well, which give off the Mako to the different local towns and everything. That's what I can get out of it. I'm not going to be perfect with my with my theory and all that crap. That's what I can get out of it. We finally made it. We sure took the long way though. We did. Fell off a bridge and everything. You wait here. I'm going inside too. I want to see. Nope, you're staying out here. Sorry, Tiff-Tiffs. Only authorized people are allowed in. This place is full of Shinra's industrial secrets. But take care of the lady. Okay, so the reactor is very different from the other reactors we've seen so far. I'm surprised she didn't snap her fingers and everything then. FF8 style again. Better take real good care of me then. Oh god. Let's not read into that one. Okay, just follow him. The reactor's really small compared to the ones in Midgar. We're pretty much at the end now. Back to the depressing reactor music though. I keep stuttering today, it's weird. I never stutter. Anyways. See what Sephiroth has to say. Genova. It's his mother, so how? Is she all locked up and everything all the time? We'll find out now. Because Sephiroth's quite normal right now, isn't he? He's way overpowered, but he's quite a normal sort of person. Did you close to the valve? Did you close the valve? Okay. Let's have a look. Here we go. Valve closed. The invisible valve. Why did it break? Dunno. I think there might be a cinematic coming up though. Now I see Hojo, but even doing this will never put you on the same level as Professor Gast. That's probably who Hojo took after. It's the system that condenses and freezes the Mako energy, that is, when it's working correctly. What does Mako energy become when it's further condensed? Oh yeah, it becomes materia. Who's a good cloud? Right, normally. But Hojo took something else in there. Take a look. Okay, now's the cinematic. We saw Genova without a head before. I was going to, but... It's a hell of a creepy thing. It looks like a monster or an alien. What is this? Normal members of soldiers are humans that have been showered with Mako. Different from the others, but still human. What are they? They've been exposed to a high degree of Mako, far more than you. That's what happens to someone if they're exposed to too much Mako, is it? They turn into like an alien. Is that some kind of monster? Exactly. It's Hojo Shinra that produced these monsters. Mutated living organisms produced by Mako energy. Ooh, disturbing. Normal members of soldier? You mean you're different? Oh, he's laughing. Shouldn't laugh. No. Was I? He's wondering now if he was created like these monsters. Having a bit of a crisis now. It would explain why he's so powerful and everything. Is he the same as all these monsters indeed? My thoughts going, my voice is going. You saw it, all of them were humans. I've always felt since I was small that I was different from the others, special in some way. Not like this. Oh, he doesn't like it, does he? Oh, it's hatched. The monster has hatched. It's a very creepy part of the game. There's quite a few parts of the game like this throughout the game. Hold on a sec. Excuse me. I was even more surprised by that. Oh. Damn it, game. Damn it. Damn Shinra. The more I hear, the more I hate him. Who would have ever thought the macro reactor held a secret like that? That would seem to explain the increase in the number of monsters lately. I think we should listen carefully to Cloud. Don't you think so, Barrett? Okay, so we're going to save the game, take a rest. This is the checkpoint in the middle of the story. Oh, so I think what we'll do is break the episode up now. And next time, we will finish off the story for definite. It'll be all done. The story does get more interesting now that Sephiroth's starting to go a bit mental. So there's that to look forward to. Cloud's past. If you look at the timer as well, I would probably ignore that because it's only, well, a couple of times when off camera and on camera, but when it was snipped and stuff, I sort of stopped it for a second. There's no pause button unless you're in the battle. Even going on the menu doesn't do anything. So anyway, this has been GreenyXI. I hope you've enjoyed as much as possible. I'll see you again in a bit when we finish off the story. See you in a bit, folks.